Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nate Sirota with the Honolulu Department of Parks and Recreation. We're here to talk about the upcoming Eddie Aikau Big Wave Invitational. Basically, the Eddie is a go for this weekend, Sunday, December 22nd. And while we are preparing for the event, certainly the event will be called on the day of Sunday on first light, but we are all hands on deck right now and preparing for another run of this prestigious event. There's a lot of moving parts to this very, very prestigious event, and so that's why we have so many agencies behind me being represented by different city departments as well as the event organizers. So to my right, in order, we have Captain Cliff Ramson with the Honolulu Police Department, Acting Major Joe Gonsalves with the Honolulu Police Department, Director Laura H. Thielen with the Honolulu Department of Parks and Recreation, Dr. Jim Ireland, the Director of Honolulu Emergency Services Department, Dr. Roger Morton with the Department of Transportation Services, and Acting Director Kurt Lager with Ocean Safety Department. That's right, congratulations on being a new department. But to kick us off is the Mayor of the City and County of Honolulu, Mayor Rick Blangiardi.
Thank you, Nate. Well, look, we're really excited about this. And, this is not only a celebration of the legacy of Eddie Aikau, but it's about Hawaiian culture and certainly about bravery, if you will. And so it brings up a whole lot. So you just heard from Nate. We have a whole cavalcade of speakers. I just want to say a couple of things. At the city, we spend a lot of time planning, trying to make things happen, and hopefully those things do come true. And then we learn to live with the unexpected, and we deal with that happens. But every now and then, we get to have something that we hope would happen. We really are very pleased that we could have the second year in a row with the Eddie. This is just a great event. And, last year, Luke Shepardson winning it was all really, really terrific. So I'm excited about it. As Nate said, we're almost there, but we're preparing. Let me just say up front, we're anticipating maybe 40 to 50,000 people being at the beach. That's unprecedented. For those familiar with that number, that's sort of like a full Aloha Stadium, all going out there on little roads with not a lot of places to park. We're going to take everybody through that on how best to experience this, but make no mistake about it, we're really happy. We're really hoping this will happen. And so here's to the legacy of Eddie Aikau. And with that, I turn it over to you, sir. Who's going to go next? Oh, I turn it back to Nate. Forgive me. We on live television? Hello, everybody.
Before we get to the first responders to my right, I'd like to welcome up Liam McNamara. Liam McNamara is a name synonymous with North Shore Surf, but he is also the event coordinator for the Eddie Aikau Invitational. Liam.
Aloha, everyone. My name is Liam McNamara. I'm the contest director of the Rip Curl Eddie Aikau Invitational. First off, I'd like to thank the Mayor Blangiardi, the City and County of Honolulu, all the first responders. Without all you guys here, this event won't happen. We know it's going to be a very big event, and we're going to definitely need a lot of help. So thank you so much for your assisting us in making this happen. Of course, Mother Nature will call the day. It's a green light. The contest is on. I'll be there at 3 in the morning, waiting for the sun to rise 4 hours later, and we'll make that final call. But all signs are leading towards the 11th edition of the Eddie Aikau Invitational. Basically, I would like to also thank Myra and Eddie and Clyde Aikau. Myra and Clyde Aikau, they are the brother and sister of Eddie Aikau. I'd like to thank the foundation, the family, everybody that is an Aikau in this state, a part of that family. I'd like to thank all of them for trusting in me to continue the legacy. A haole boy from the North Shore, I'm here helping this event. I've been a director of many events over the years, but there's nothing like this. This is not a job I take lightly. The decisions made are important decisions for all of us, and this event brings so much to the state of Hawaii and to surfing. It's the most iconic big wave riding event in the history, and that legacy is continuing. I'm honored to be the director, and this is much more than a contest. It's a memorial event in the name of a former lifeguard, a guy who saved many, many lives, a guy who lost his life trying to save lives, and one of the most respected watermen in the history of surfing. Surfing started here in Hawaii. We're continuing the legacy with this event, and I'm just very honored to be here in front of all you guys, and crossing my fingers that we're able to put on a great event. I'm sure the first responders are going to speak about this, but when you come to the beach, listen to the lifeguards, listen to the police, to everybody that is going to be directing traffic and keeping you safe. And I'll just say, when you leave the beach, pick up your trash and find another piece of trash when you leave. Let's leave the beach clean, guys. So thank you very much. Much mahalo.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Captain Cliff Ramson. I'm with the Honolulu Police Department's Major Events Division. I have here my counterpart from District 2 Patrol, Captain Joe Gonzalez, and he's in charge of the patrol district where the Eri Aikau is taking place. So first off, the Honolulu Police Department was tasked, or we were tasked with creating an incident action plan and a response to support the Eri Aikau operation. And right off the bat, our primary objective was to ensure for the safety and security of all the participants. We're talking 40 to 45,000 possible participants. Along with that, we wanted to ensure that we facilitate the safe and efficient flow of traffic, because traffic has always been a concern in the past, especially in that particular area. Priority is ensuring that emergency vehicles have access. So having said that, we're actually going to have barricades put up and signage put up effective tonight. And these are going to be put at strategic locations along the highways to ensure that we're able to provide that unimpeded egress and ingress out of the area. We're asking the public to please ensure that they follow that signage and follow the instructions, make sure that they don't park in areas they're not supposed to. Our patrol divisions night and day are going to be aggressively patrolling that area, and in the lead up to the event, they're going to be making sure that those areas are clear. So if cars are found to be in violation, they'll probably be cited and possibly towed, and we don't want that to happen to anybody. We'll also be controlling access to and from the parks. So once again, the public, we're just asking you guys to make sure that we obey the rules as they're posted. Some media information has been put out establishing specifics on those rules. Also, the key thing is, if you're not actively participating in the event, we ask people to not drive out there needlessly. Traffic is going to be heavy as is, so the best way to avoid all that is just not to go there if you don't have to. If you are going to go to the event, highly recommend that you use one of the alternate forms of transportation that's available. I believe the OTS bus system has a pretty effective shuttle service and bus service that they're running. That'll help a lot, or even carpool if you can. And once again, the big thing is just make sure that you're driving with aloha. We don't want anybody drinking and driving. We don't want anybody breaking the law and putting people in danger. There's going to be a tremendous amount of pedestrian traffic. We've come up with a pretty robust response plan with officers on motorcycles and bicycles and on foot patrolling the area, making sure that the roadways are clear. But just because of the sheer amount of people there, there's always that concern that people may be on the road. So once again, if you're driving out there, please make sure you drive with aloha and make sure you slow down and drive safely. Sergeant Gonzalez, or Captain Gonzalez, do you have anything to add?
Aloha, everyone. Just to echo what Captain Ramson said, we encourage everybody that if you are planning to attend the contest, please use public transportation that the city is offering. Please don't drive. Parking will be little to none at best. This is not the day to take that road trip out to the North Shore and just drive around, because traffic is going to be bad and you're pretty much just going to be sitting in traffic for hours. So that's not the day to do the road trip. If you do attend, all we do ask is that you obey the personnel that are working the event, obey the safety barriers that are set up. Ultimately, our job here is just to keep everyone safe and ensure that everybody goes home safely. Thank you.
Aloha, my name's Kurt Lager. I'm the Acting Director for the Honolulu Ocean Safety Department. I just want to touch on a few things today. First, and most importantly, is going to be the safety message for ocean safety. As Mayor alluded, we are expecting a very large crowd to view this contest. The best place to view this contest is from your home, on a computer, or watching the TV. We suggest that that's the safest way to do it, is from your home. But it's exciting to go to the contest, so if you do go and you want to watch, we want to make sure that you're safe. So number one thing to do is to follow all the advice from the lifeguards. They are there to prevent accidents and injuries from happening. There's going to be very big waves. They're going to ask you to stand as far back from where the water is coming up. Last time this contest ran, the waves continued to build and waves washed into the crowd. It's unpredictable, and we're expecting that to happen again as the surf builds through the day. It could possibly be unprecedented how far the waves will wash into the park. So again, we are please asking that everyone listen to the announcements made by the lifeguards if you're at the beach park. Not only Waimea Bay will experience big surf, so no matter where you are on the north or western shores, there will be very large waves. So heed all warning signs and the caution tape. Please keep a safe distance and listen to the warnings. Second, staffing for ocean safety. We are going to be fully staffed, all our towers, including additional personnel at the tower at Waimea. We're going to have additional jet skis on patrol on either side of the bay for response to 911 calls and at the bay itself. We also have a mobile response unit that's going to be patrolling the area of Three Tables and Sharks Cove, making preventive actions and warnings at that area. And third, I'd just like to thank the administration and the city and other departments for the coordination with putting on this event, the Aikau family, Liam McNair for running this. Eddie Aikau was a city and county lifeguard. He was the first North Shore lifeguard to cover from Sunset Beach to Haleiwa. And it's only fitting that the contest is at Waimea. I would like to mention that, or make a note that we do have a few current and former lifeguards that are invited to this event. Last year's winner, North Shore lifeguard Luke Shepardson, North Shore lifeguard Joey Cadiz, former West Side lifeguard Chad Kealana, and former North Shore lifeguard, now firefighter Tayo Shipman. So we wish them the best of luck and wish all the competitors to have a safe and healthy competition. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Jim Ireland, Director, Honolulu Emergency Services Department. As of yet, I don't think we have any paramedics in the contest, but maybe someday. But I do wish our brothers in ocean safety the best for this contest, and we're just so proud of them and everyone who's been invited to join in this. From the standpoint of EMS, our priority is safety. And there's three equally important priorities: the safety of the contestants, the safety of the beachgoers, and the safety of all visitors and residents of the North Shore. And our biggest concern, both at the previous events and this one, is the ability for ambulances to enter the area because of the traffic. And so because of that, what we're doing is we're placing 2 ambulances at the bay itself and an additional ambulance in the Sunset Beach area to complement the 2 regular ambulances in Kahuku and Waialua that service the North Shore. We're also going to have an incident command truck like we did last time at Waimea Bay, as well as a paramedic supervisor and a paramedic mobile response in an SUV to make sure everyone's safe on the North Shore. And as Director Lager said, we're all going to be focused on the bay, and it's going to be fun, and we're really excited about it. But there's big waves all over the North and West Shore, and there could be injuries or accidents in other places, and we're going to be ready for that as well from the EMS standpoint. At the last year's contest, some of the patients we took care of was a 10-year-old who fell out of a tree, was seriously injured watching the event. We had 1 or 2 people at the event, older folks who had passed out and needed transportation to the hospital. But down the street from the event, we had a family of 4 in a driveway washed up under a vacation house, and were injured in that. We also had a woman that a traffic barrier hit her after a wave hit it. These are waves coming up all the way on the road, and I believe she had a leg fracture. So we did have some patients last year. Fortunately, and just a testament to the kind of people who are going to be going to this, it was a great crowd last year, and we expect a great crowd this year. They were respectful. They were well behaved. We didn't have fights. We really didn't have any problems at all with the crowd. So everybody was just there to have a really good time. I think they did have a good time, and we expect that again this year, and we're looking forward to it. So EMS will be out there. I'll probably be out there at some time during the day, but we're just really excited about it and really rooting for the home team. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Roger Morton, and I'm the Director of Transportation Services for the city. We've heard that the other first responders talk about the expected traffic crawl that we're going to have, and that's certainly going to materialize. If you must drive, we ask everybody to be patient. It's going to be a long drive. It's going to be lots of congestion. Drive with aloha and just stay safe. If you're going to the event, not a traffic advisory, but take water with you, stay hydrated. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a hot day. For along the North Shore, parking will be exceptionally limited. So if you think that you can just drive there and find a parking spot, you're going to find out there is no parking, and you're better off not entering the zone, particularly after 5:30 a.m. From experience, all parking is gone at that point, the limited amount that there is. From a public transit point of view, we are going to provide some additional public transit services. We're going to have extra service that we're going to put from actually going both around the windward side, but also going on our Route 52. Our Route 52's extra service will start at Ala Moana Center. The first extra service will be at 4:30 a.m. We also have additional service at 5 a.m., 5:30, and 6 a.m. We're also establishing a shuttle bus service in the area so that our shuttle bus service will run between Weed Circle and Waimea Bay. Special thanks to Waimea Falls Park. They allow us to bring our heavy vehicles in and turn them around. A great help and assistance for us. So our shuttle bus will go between Weed Circle and Waimea. Also, another option for people is to take our Route 60 from Ala Moana Center, and it'll go directly to Waimea Bay as well. But it'll go the longer way, maybe a faster way, but it helps to balance. So if one service is taken up, you can always go the other way too. That's pretty much the bus service that we're running. Return travel for people, the return service will run. Last year, we were really heavy all the way up to 10 p.m. on return service. So just keep it in mind. If you're going to go to the North Shore, it's going to be a very long day. For fare information, regular fares will prevail on all the services. Your monthly passes, your holo cards are all good for the service. If you must drive, expect very slow traffic, and please drive with aloha. Mahalo.
Thank you. Laura Thielen on behalf of the Department of Parks and Recreation. We've been working with the other city agencies, and we echo the safety concerns they have. But we're also working with the event organizers to make sure that people are comfortable while they're out there. So we've been bringing in with the organizers enough porta potties and facilities so that people can be able to use the restroom, make sure that they're well supplied. We'll have a lot of areas for people to deposit trash. But we found last year that there was a significant amount of trash left in various areas in the park and along the beach afterwards. So if you can, please pack your trash out with you. That would be greatly appreciated. There are no concessions in the park. So please bring your water, bring your food, and the parking lot for the park will be closed so we can make sure that the emergency vehicles can get in and out expeditiously. So wear comfortable footwear so you're going to be walking a fair distance. We really appreciate how everybody had such a great spirit of aloha, and the vibe last year was wonderful. So please, be patient, be considerate of your fellow park goers and viewers there. If you're bringing in a bike, just make sure that you're considerate where you're wheeling it and take care of the folks around you, and stay safe while you're out there.
So there you have it. I just want to say just a couple of closing comments. First of all, thank you all, the amount of work and preparation. So 'tis the season. This is the weekend before Christmas. As you can tell, a lot of people are going to be working this weekend that didn't really plan on doing that to help support this event. So we're really very excited about it. And just to add a perspective, this is the Super Bowl of surfing competition. This is a world-class event. All eyes will be on this all over, not just the people who may see it, whether it's locally on TV or elsewhere. Help us make it a world-class event. The best person to protect you starts with you. The best person to help us put the trash on the beach is you, and so on and so forth. So everybody's in this together. I could not be more confident or proud of the men and women you just heard from on everything we're going to do, but we're all in this together. So I want to wish everybody the very best in holiday season. I'm going to bring Nate up here to wrap it up. But we're really excited about this. Going to keep our fingers crossed till 3 a.m., 7 a.m. Sunday morning, but we really hope this happens. Thank you.
Responders, just a few additional details. Kurt had mentioned the best place to watch it is at home. There are 3 different ways that you can watch it for live streaming services. KHII will be live streaming it. Rogue.tv app will be live streaming it, and Rip Curl YouTube will also be streaming it. So if you can't make it out there, by all means, watch it from the safety and comfort of your own home. Some of the parking restrictions, the details, there will be no parking along Kamehameha Highway from Iliohu Street all the way up to the cathedral to St. Peter and Paul Church. So please mark the barricades there, respect those barricades, and watch out for pedestrians, as Roger and HPD mentioned as well too. And please, no flying drones within Waimea Bay. There's going to be lots of other cameras, lots of other aerial photography. So we want to make sure that that's kept open for the event organizers and for our first responders. And also there is parking within Waimea Valley, paid parking, that is going to be available beginning 4 a.m. on Sunday. It is not cheap, but it is available, and it is within close proximity. They're a great sponsor of the event, according to the Eddie Aikau family and to the event organizers. So they're going to keep their concessions open, and they will have normal operations for people who want to visit the valley and the waterfall back there. But really, the spectacle is going to be on the beach there. So with that, I'll open it up to questions from the media. So yeah, parking, the Waimea Bay Beach Park closes from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. So the parking lot at the beach park is going to be closed at 10 p.m. on Saturday, the Saturday before, and then it's going to be just restricted to contestants, the staff, and city personnel within that circular beach park parking lot on Sunday. It'll probably open up little by little as the evening sets in, but don't count on there being parking anywhere in the beach park or in that immediate vicinity around Waimea Bay. A lot of people seem to, will park in different areas. Pupukea Beach Park still has some parking further up by the Foodland there. Kayaka Bay Beach Park and Haleiwa Beach Parks do have public parking. It's a really popular way to get there for people to park there and to ride their bicycles. We just express caution with that. If you are going to be biking, it's probably going to be dark when you do that, so consider having some lights on your bicycle as well too, because it's very limited shoulder space. So just be considerate, drive with aloha and share the roadway. Yeah, the park's going to be closed. Yeah, so when it's closed to everyone. But the event organizers do have a permit for it to be there, and they're going to be setting up all day Saturday. So it's going to be busy Saturday, absolutely into Sunday. So no overnight camping if you're a member of the public. If you've got friends on the North Shore, by all means, stay with them so that you can get an early rise there. But there will be no overnight camping at Waimea Bay Beach Park.
Our concern the whole time all week was, is it going to be big enough? And is everything going to come together? There's, 4 or 5 different factors in order to have a great day of surfing. I've actually got a few text messages and phone calls from a couple people asking me if I think it's going to be too big. I don't think it's going to be too big. But the forecasting over the years has always been forecast a little under what the swells are really coming in at. But I'm 90% confident that this swell is going to provide the maximum height that we want to run the event. I don't think it's going to exceed that. And I think it's going to arrive on time for a nice solid 8 hours of competition. Those are the key factors. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be too big, but this swell has been increased in size a decent amount as we've been following it.
Yeah, drones are a hot topic these days, aren't they? So we actually have a drone program which we ourselves will be running along with our partners from EMS and HFD as far as a drone response at the event, more for situational awareness. But as far as drone monitoring, the officers in the event are tasked with looking out for potential drone intrusions. They can report it, they'll document it. If we can locate the source and figure out where it's being operated from, we'll intervene at that point. But honestly, we're very limited on what we can and can't do if we can't locate the actual operator and where the drone lands. So that's pretty much it.
That brings up a good point, though. There's going to be tens of thousands of people at this event. If you guys see something, say something. If you see someone launching a drone, tell them to knock it off. If you see someone doing something inappropriate, please tell them to knock it off, or go find a lifeguard. There will be lots of presence of emergency responders there. If you cannot handle the situation, please go find an emergency responder to help with the situation. We want this to be as safe and enjoyable as possible. It's already going to be a dangerous situation with this monster surf that's out there. So please, if you see something, say something.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, that's going to be one of our primary focuses, just because of the sheer volume of people at the last eddy. We've increased our staffing, and this year we've got a lot more mobile units. So we're utilizing bicycle officers, motorcycle officers, and officers on ATVs and UTVs, as well as officers on foot. So yeah, it'll still be a challenge, but I think we'll have enough flexibility with staffing and personnel out there that hopefully we can try to keep a level of control over it and keep the roadways clear. But of course, it would help if the public just kind of worked with us on that and didn't spill over onto the roadways. Yep. Yeah, I heard about that. I wasn't at the last eddy, but I know based on the feedback we got from the last operation, we just devoted a lot more resources this time around in anticipation of these problems. So the officers, and we also have officers from the State Department of Law Enforcement that'll be assisting us as well. So it's kind of an all hands on deck. And those officers will be looking out for potentially unsafe situations, and especially if we receive reports that the swells are getting larger, or if there's a possibility where there may be a danger to folks closer to shore, our officers will definitely act based on that information and try to make adjustments to the folks out there, keeping safety in mind.
I think it's kind of a fluid situation. We'll make the assumptions or the decisions as we see the waves, and try to we'll manage the crowd as we need to. I did want to mention earlier, I forgot, with the waves washing into the crowd, it's not a good place to have young kids or pets. Last year we had to rescue a dog that got washed into the shore break. So I think just be mindful, and if the crowd can be flexible with us as we need to move people back, and just, again, listen to the lifeguards and the staff that's going to be at the event.
So one fortunate thing is we don't have a very high tide, which is very much a good thing for the water that's going to come in. I've been down there every day and been speaking to Joey Cadiz and a lot of the Waimea lifeguards. One of our problem areas last year was right in front of the lifeguard stand, all the bushes where we all saw those barriers. We're not going to allow anybody in front of there. We're not going to allow anybody in that grassy area by the lifeguards. And once the light comes and we look at the tides and the swell, we'll adjust the areas of the barriers based upon what the lifeguards and first responders feel is best for the safety of everyone.
Just what Nate just said about, it's been almost 2 years, right? We keep saying last year, but it was January of 23. If my memory serves me right, though, that was the first time we had the eddy in 6 or 7 years. So lessons learned. Okay, we learned a lot, even in referencing of your questions, and I think we're going to make every adjustment we can in the spirit of public safety based on what we just saw, so recently, if you will. But we saw it, we know what to expect, and so hopefully that's what we offer the public. But at the same time, the appeal is to the public, okay, and to help us help you to make it safe. We don't want anybody getting hurt, and so in that regard, as I said earlier, it's the weekend before Christmas. Let's just make it a really great, memorable event. Thank you very much.